A mesmerizing mixture of emotions illustrated through magnificent artwork, trying to imbue the reader with their own unique perspective through forced usage of visual metaphors, which make the series a puzzling maze of human morality needing a complicated lens to tackle efficiently. By the way, I said this in my previous video, but no one suggested me anything. Yeah, said. So if you want me to review anything, manga or anime, suggest me in the comments down below and I will review everything. The manga of Innocent takes place before the now historic French Revolution, a cry to liberty Europe had never seen before in its lifetime. Unlike what would have been a common approach, we are not partaking in the series through the lens of the royal family or a measly peasant beaten down by the nobility. No, none of this would be sufficient, since they are too biased in their eventual approach to the changing culture in France. Sakamoto begins to give us a flicker of his perfectionism regarding a historical accurate backdrop to the 17th century France, the Sanson executioner's family. Innocent is such an interesting piece in the world of manga. If you research it online, you will see the same question pop up over and over and over again. Why is this manga not talked about more? It's so good, and well, guess what? I'm gonna ponder that question too, because this manga truly blew me away in spectacular fashion. To me personally, Innocent needs to be up there on a pedestal with the greats of seinen manga like Vagabond, Kingdom or Vinland Saga. Maybe even Berserk, who knows? It has both the art and the writing to stand alongside them. I believe you are doing yourself a disservice by not reading it, so allow me to explain why this aggressively French manga is so très bien. Firstly, let's talk about the most obvious, the artwork. I swear Sakamoto Shinichi is the reincarnation of some legendary Renaissance painter because his art is truly otherworldly. First of all, his line work has a kind of gentleness that I have never seen in anything ever. But I can say that it reminded me of Nana. It's so soft and tender that it's as if everything is made out of silk, like he used a feather instead of a pen. This leans greatly into the setting on many levels. The characters, regardless if man or woman, have a type of Griffith-esque beauty to them with at least a hint of androgynous appeal. The faces are both exceptionally expressive but also flawlessly crafted, the perfect proportions and exquisite textures making them look like they were sculpted out of marble. Their eyes are these portals that draw you into expansive world of emotion. Don't even get me started on the lips. Oh my goodness. These are the fullest, most detailed and most beautiful lips ever put onto a page. Beyond just the characters, the clothing and backgrounds lean into this style too. The clothes look so gentle and soft, the line art making you almost feel all the silk, velvet, feathers, gold. Listen, I could go on and on and on about how well drawn Innocent is, but it truly needs to be experienced. I think Sakamoto Sensei needs to be considered among the real greats of the manga world for being able to craft something like this. However, fantastic art alone does not guarantee an interesting read, for it's the story that is always most important. But guess what? The writing is almost as sophisticated as the art. There is something unique about how this story flows that is very hard to put into words. The dialogue here is very sharp and manages to flow naturally and be exceptionally elevated and poetic at the same time. The deep use of allegories, the rich and dense subtext, the Shakespearean cadence of the speech all leads to this work that feels incredibly theatric in the best way possible. One review on my anime list said that Innocent is like an opera in manga form, and that is quite accurate in my opinion. Innocent is a rich and thrilling experience that touches on so many deeply human things: love, hate, family, honor, pride, greed, wealth, power, status, justice, compassion, humility, parenthood, dreams, and so much more. I don't want to go into detail here because to do so would ruin the point, which is for you to experience this yourself and ponder these questions against your own beliefs. Innocent will present these ideas before you, but will not present a definitive answer, for it's obvious that such an answer doesn't exist. These are some of the most natural and complex conundrums of humanity, and we have been pondering them since forever. Integrating philosophical dilemma into a story can be hit or miss, as there is a huge danger of becoming either preachy and pandering or dry and even boring. Neither is the case for Innocent. Here these ideas are presented flawlessly in an incredibly gripping historical tale that will envelop you in the rich and nuanced world of 18th century France. All these ideas that I said before will be carried confidently by the large arsenal of morally grey characters, each with their own agendas, goals, dreams, literal and figurative scars, good and bad aspects. Each character is a masterful patchwork of personality traits that form these real and believable people that truly spring to life on the pages. They are probably not good people, but they are definitely real, and while you may not agree with their actions, you will understand them. For this is the glorious complexity of the human soul. The last thing I want to mention is an aspect that is, for me at least, unique to Sakamoto's work, and that is the use of visual metaphors. What I mean is that often, instead of literally depicting a certain scene, he will present it in symbolic fashion. A non-spoiler example will be a person getting decapitated being represented by a chef slicing vegetables, characters touching each other erotically being represented with tarantulas crawling on their bodies, or sexual release being represented as raindrops falling on blooming roses. In conclusion, Innocent was one of the most breathtaking works I have ever read, and I was personally deeply moved by it on many levels. To me, this is the pinnacle of what a seinen manga needs to be, a deep and introspective story that is both beautiful and brutal at the same time. Innocent should be put on a pedestal up there with the greats. It even has the luxury that some of the best seinen manga couldn't afford. It actually ended. It even got a sequel that also saw its conclusion. And to think that, in the grand scheme of things, Innocent is just the establishing half with all the big resolutions kept for the second part. Despite that, it's still so good. That's all I had to say about Innocent. Thanks a lot for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.